We can't be on here super long anyways because the phone's going to probably die. But, you know, I'm sitting here. Oh, and it's one of those things. Let me turn this off. It's for the young lads. You know, I think when you're, I'll keep it PG, right? I'll keep it PG. You know, when you're young, right? There's that saying, right? You're young and dumb, and you're full of dumbness. Let's just say. But you know, I hate to be that old man, right? But I tell you what, this stuff really is just going to crap. You know what I mean? And I just keep thinking about you guys, and I keep telling myself, I go, you know what? I go, the stuff is junk. I just go, but it's to find good quality products, and I'm seeing it across the board. People are having tons of trouble, and then if you do, sometimes the price gets to be. I mean, I think these rollers. Yeah, we know, we're running low on juice, but these rollers are running like $300 and some a piece, right? These are a gate roller, but and of course they're China. Yeah, right. But you know, they got a bearing in them. They got a bushing on them. They kind of do the job. They're definitely not. I'm not going to say I'm like, oh, I'm super impressed. Like this is great stuff. It's not. But what are you going to do? You know what I mean? It's like when you got certain jobs and certain customers, you got to hit a certain price point for them. You know, these things are just gotten, if you get the real deal, they've gotten so far out of hand. You know, $300, by the time you do some markup on there, you're almost like $400 per roller. Or you can buy these, the Chinese, right? And they're, I think, $84. You know what I mean? And, you know, if it gets them out of a pickle, their gate doesn't do the bouncy bounce because it froze, you know, and you get a year out of it, so be it. You know what I mean? Move on. That's what it feels like. But anyways, I was getting a little bit riled up because I was reading some of the comments on that one video for the opener, and I was thinking, you know, they're like, oh, you know, don't install, you know, they're kind of like, don't install junk product. And I'm sitting there going, okay, then tell me what is a good product. You know what I mean? There really isn't nothing. They're all getting cheaper and cheaper. There's nothing out there that I know of that I go, wow, they put more metal into it. Wow, it's actually gotten heavier. Wow, they've actually made improvements. They made this last longer. No, it's all just made to fail in 5 years, 8 years, and it's just like, okay, you say hello to my little friend, huh? And so I just feel like I go, you know what? All I keep thinking in my head is I go a year. I go, you get a year out of it. We'll see you after that. It's out of warranty. And you just go from there. That's what it feels like, because you just can't do it with this inferior product nowadays. And people, you know, I don't know, man. I get people don't want to spend that kind of mucho. And some of their stuff, you know, even the one company we buy the rollers from, they've sold out. So their quality even changed. It went down. So now it's like, well, who else do you use for good quality? You know what I mean? Because they got bought out. So it gets really irritating. This is a gate roller, Mr. Rich B. We got nylon, and we got I was just putting them all together. I mean, I do like they give you nylons. The Chinese, our normal company, doesn't give you the nylons, and they give you lockers. The normal company, the U.S., I don't know if it's 100% U.S., but the ones that we buy from Florida, those ones, no nylon. So nylon's kind of nice. So sometimes the Chinese come through. Sometimes. These ones I don't mind. These got some cast. These bad boys. Got some big old nuts on them. I mean, the only one thing I could say I don't see a grease point, which is kind of nice. I think it's nice to have grease. But this one rolls really nice. I mean, I'm pretty impressed. This is nice, solid cast. So the price point on this one, I'd buy this again. It's got a nice bigger locking nut, which is good because the other one, I kind of stripped one. So I had to lock her down. I did the right, I wrote on it somewhere. If I see it, I'll pull it here, but. I guess this one. I was trying to put the word out. I was like, it's tight. Do not touch. That one strip was like 9/16. So I was giving her a hammer down. I could feel the threads were pulling. So, not good. Not good. But it is what it is. You know what I mean? Yeah, the grease zerks, they should. The one company, they kind of brag about it being, you know, you don't have to grease them. They're sealed, really, you know, really nice. But I think they're honestly, be back 1 second. Let me grab the next one. So it's just, I don't know. I'm getting irked over this stuff. The quality is really going down. I mean, these I can deal with because the price point was there. You know what I mean? But I called the one manufacturer trying to see if they had a better roller. We had one customer had a problem, and I got switched over to somebody else. And then I'm talking to some lady, and she's like, "Oh, that company, we bought that company." I'm like, "Oh, that's great." So, nope, not like a Zenith, that's for sure. Man, that was the day, man. Those were the days, you know, where there was actually men that ran the companies, and they built good quality product. They wanted it to last. They wanted to make a name for themselves. Not anymore. Now it's just how cheap can we get it? How cheap? I want cheap gas. I want cheap food. I want cheap products. I want cheap tools. I want cheap, everything's cheap. And it just kind of really crummy because you can't even use the normal guys that used to be your good guys. You know what I mean? So it's like you're always chasing, or they change and you don't even know they changed. That's always a bummer. Hate when that happens. Hate chasing. You know, it's like, I'd rather stick with a company, and that's fine. They can send me a memo, or they can tell me over the phone and say, "Hey, like, man, we hate to tell you this, but the price has gone up," you know, and it's like, well, you know, this or that, and you're like, okay, and you're like, okay, man, you know, say hello to my little friend, and you're like, okay, well, what's going on? And they, well, we got to charge this. We had a little, you know, this price increase, but when I see the quality go down, that just sucks. Yeah, you're right. It's all about the stocks options. Man, that's not the truth. The shareholder. It's pretty sad. I mean, I was kind of thinking about it. I mean, I was thinking, I just thought, how's this going to change? I kept thinking, well, people need to quit buying this crap. You know what I mean? Like, they quit selling the cars, and people will just keep buying the junk, and it's almost like they just want to be like keeping up with the Jones or something. Oh. That's a gate roller. Hook it to a pole. Your gate rolls on it. These ones can be common though, because they can get flat spots in them and freeze up. But they're smoother, they're nicer. Sometimes they grip a little better. Every situation is different. They're off the ground, not so bad. They're cast. Casts are good for like people that just doesn't take care of them type of thing. So, quit buying the junk, people. Quit buying the junk. Quit buying the Kool-Aid. Kool-Aid. Yeah, the beaver. Did you watch the one video of that lady? She towards the end, I think they had something about, they were talking about the restaurants, and they weren't really impressed with that restaurant. I kept thinking, I kept thinking Beaver Island. I thought, what would you do there for gates and for garage doors? Like, I kept thinking, I'd have to have some kind of, I don't know what I was thinking. I was thinking like, you have to almost work remotely. And then I thought, well, I want my own boat so I can cruise back to the mainland. And I started thinking about it. I thought, boy, that's going to start getting expensive. And I'm still up in the cold. I gotta find something else. I seen on the map today, they showed how far, I mean, it's almost down in like, I think it's in Miami. I noticed it was like, what, 32, 36 degrees? I was like, oh my gosh. I was like, I can't believe how far this cold snap went down south. And then I've been seeing a few things for, obviously, what do you call it, Tennessee got whacked pretty good. But it's pretty cool with some of the people making their videos, and they're showing how, you know, they're keeping warm. They got a little fireplace and a generator. Oh, really? They have an airport? Well, son of a gun, man. I just got to start making the big bucks. You know what I mean? I didn't know they had an airport. I thought that Fox Lake, that iron ore, boy, that reminded me of the Edmund Fitzgerald. You know what I mean? That just I could hear the song and everything, and how they were mining the iron ore, and that one was, they couldn't do it, and that's why the water was copper or whatever it was. You know, I thought that's pretty cool. Looks like a pretty neat place. Definitely bring a bike to cruise around. At least I liked that it wasn't so stingy like Mackinac, where they ain't got no cars. You know, I mean, that's the treat, though. I mean, that's the treat of Mackinac. You know what I mean? That's what's cool about it. You know what I mean? Horse and buggy type of thing. I got dirty on a Sunday. Son of a biscuit. All right, there we go. All right, well, I'm not gonna stick on here too long. Thought maybe if we had some young lads, we had some questions or anything, I would perk up to it. But I also wanted to preach to the choir about the crappiness. Oh, this was a cool free bag. I don't know what this was for when I found this. But yeah, I'm trying to get the old truck packed away, getting it ready for Monday, because we got to go back to the big door. So the truck got fixed. That was an easy fix. Just had to tighten up the old screws on her. That got her taken care of, so that was good. So now maybe my four-wheel drive will disengage. I think it was engaged. I think that's why I was hearing a howl noise. I think that was the front end spinning around. The locking hub seems to be fixed. I don't know why the driver's side came loose, but the passenger side never. I went to touch them, nothing. So I put some red Loctite on it, even though I didn't clean it very good, so you know it ain't gonna really probably work as good as it should. I put some red Loctite, and then I put locking washers on it, so that seems to be gonna hopefully fix that. But I think my four-wheel drive wasn't disengaging, and so I jacked it up. I double checked it. Everything seems to be good now. So, but boy, it sure is hard to beat the little truck. I mean, it's tight, but boy, you can reach everything. It's really nice putting everything in this. I got the Wife-a-Tron's actually picking up a different pack out, because my problem is this guy. This one's a little bit of a dilemma. So I tried a different setup. And I think if I could get a bigger, just a taller bin instead of having this wide one, I'd have a little more room in this truck. I still got to stuff a heater in here, propane. I got my wire. This one's really old. I don't think nobody wanted to use it, so I'm going to use it. Get rid of it, man. Got to get rid of that old inventory. So I got my 4 conductor. Got my 2 conductor. Photo eyes. I'm supposed to have split collars and brackets show up tomorrow, so hopefully that works out. Hope the old Ami's on and everything all works out and we can get our stuff. Probably gonna make a run over to the shop at some point yet today or this evening. I got a few things I want to drop like drop the rollers off, and then there was something else. Oh, I got to grab a little bit more 2 conductor, I think, because I might run out. So we're doing some little different setups here, having a little fun on a Sunday, waiting for the crew to get back so we can I don't know what sounds good for dinner. Maybe something. I don't know what sounds good, but that's all right. You lose weight anyway, so. All right, you guys, I'm gonna head out. I gotta wash my hands. I'm gonna get this party. I'm hoping they're gonna be here shortly. So, hope you guys have a great Sunday. Don't watch too much football. Don't eat too many Doritos, and not too many beers. Adios, amigo. Wave. Hello.